good afternoon. Sorry, Cat from Thailand. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to me, TrueBlueThai here in Thailand. I hope you're doing well. I do apologise. It's actually 1 Tuesday here now at the moment, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And yeah, for instance, and okay. So you're probably saying, well, where have you been for the last 2 days? Well, true. Well, no, not one day. Yesterday, for instance. The game was on Sunday, wasn't it? So it was yesterday. I didn't do it. A update, and so it's Tuesday. So I'm like a day late. So I do apologise. Many reasons. One reason was the fact that my partner, she was off from from work, etc. Wasn't the best of reasons, but it was a reason, and it's just Tuesday. Yeah, I'm just really struggling days. And the second was the fact is I went out for a run, and when I came back, I did to do some leaves. I do brushing of the leaves outside, and I went for a run and swim, etc. And went up to the shopping again. And by the time I cleaned up everything, I was a bit knackered. The thing is, I'm going to tell you, be perfectly honest with you. It's the end of the season. The season now finally finished. I'm exhausted. I don't know about yourself, but I am exhausted. I am absolutely exhausted. Not only the fact by the time I get sleep, etc., it's Monday morning because of the game starts at 10, finishes about midnight. So we know not about that. And you're kind of like listening to the especially the games and what's happened and whatever. And you're up here. And you've got to come down and go to sleep. And now, I don't know about yourself, etc. My brain all the time, so I have to, to relax, before I can sleep. But I've also got the radio on my ear, listening to call-in shows about what happened. Yeah, and it was a big one, isn't it? Because we would have lost this one. We'd have go to the Europa. Oh, it would have been a nightmare of pre-season and World Cup and you name it, etc. So yeah, it was absolutely get out of the way. Damn, man, one flies. Anyway, so yeah, really annoying. And I was literally mentally exhausted yesterday. And thank you to my partner, for instance, who took a nice picture of me going with my mouth open, and I'm not a young man, as you probably can see. But no, it's and also the weather in Thailand. And again, for instance, you'll see these pictures of beautiful weather and beautiful beaches and 30 degrees. We're still getting the 30 degrees. He's getting on still about, I think it's a little bit less today, 27, 20, 28. Still getting the high 30 degrees. But it's raining, and it's been raining now enough every single day for a while now. So, for instance, yeah, it's kind of like, damn. It's just weird. I'm looking now, and it's just cloud. And it just reminds me of when I was back in the UK or when I was back in Europe. And, for instance, living out there, for instance, and it was just, you just get these days where you just don't see any blue sky at all. And this is what we're getting. And it's raining at the moment, just slightly, but we've had some pretty bad rain. Guess when it didn't rain? When I was running yesterday, when I would like it to rain. So, but no, we had a spot, but no, it was humid, no wind. Sea was a bit rough, but there was nothing. But so I do apologise. Right, okay. So let's crack on. Now, again, I do this every single day, barring yesterday. But the fact is, we got the end of the because there's a lot coming up. So, for instance, we've got we've got the review of the Fulham game. My tactics. We're there. We're in the Champions League, finishing third, and we got to be something to be happy for. And you never won a trophy. Well, we won the Charity Shield against the Rags. We got reasons to be cheerful, and there's reasons to be cheerful, and all this negativity, and I think that's what we've had to put up with so much this season. It was the fact that we haven't had a season like this for ages. The amount of injuries has been ridiculous. The meltdown of our own fan base has been a shock. We thought I'd get a bit of a break from the media, but they've got into high gear. Pep's finished, Pep's that, Pep this, Pep that. So, for instance, that has just been ridiculous. So the Pep outers have been out in force from our own fan base as well as the media. So yeah, is he going? He's not going to sign. He's going to quit, and then he goes and signs a new contract. Yeah. So for instance, so that we've had to deal with that. We've had to deal with 115. We've got to deal with the APT. What's it called? Man City are dusted. Man City will never be back. Man City are crap as a club, and we go and finishing third. Yeah. Well, you never won. You know, honestly, who won the Liverpool won it 86 points. My God, how pathetic is that? You know, that was what Man City normally win 100 points, 90 plus points, etc. For instance, and they won it with 86. It just shows how poor this season's been. And Arsenal, right, the second best team in the Premier League, is the the great Arsenal, the fantastic Arsenal. For instance, the team also have not won anything. But they get a bye. You know, oh my God, they're in the Champions League and play well again. But no, they were supposed to take over when Man City drop off, and then Liverpool, whoop, and it's like, and Arsenal are in with Arteta in system whatever stages whatever, and Slot just come in and went no, boom, and they just put a consistent run together, and won. And so, of course, they won the league. So, of course, Arsenal's getting a shocking season. And we've had injuries. They've had about 2 or 3 injuries, maybe. They've had Saka out. They've got a few others. They've moaned about injuries. You know, and I'm sorry, it's nothing can compare to Manchester City's injuries this season. To our key player, like Rodri, you know, for instance, out for the entire season. Well, apart from one day, when he came back against Bournemouth. But other than that, for instance, so, you know, we've had a horrendous season. Both the men and the women, for instance, have had a horrendous season of injuries, which has been shocking. It really has. So, yeah, for instance, to sit there and say that Man City haven't had we've had it tough this season, and we've been bombarded. You know, to me, I've been tearing my hair out with the media, for instance, our own fan base, the constant slagging off of us. Next season, I want to win everything. I do. I really want to do. I want to come back and win absolutely everything. Because I want to come back with a vengeance. I really do. You know, and because the way I thought we would have a bye this season. I thought the media would just give us a break here. You know, just give us a break. You know, but no, you know, and calling all the players, all the players have, you know, the unks and they're wasted, and then who turns up with a all overhead kick, you know, for instance, on his first goal of the season, you know, Gundogan, for instance, he's wasted, it's a total waste of time, crazy to play him, boom, and he turns up. There you go. So, for instance, and yeah, just. And so no, I'm sorry, and I think, for instance, and it's been a hell of a season. So I've got to say, I was physically, emotionally drained, because when we finally got, you know, confirmed that Haaland put that third penalty in, and even he looked a bit drained and a bit, it wasn't until the guys came along and gave him a lift up, etc., and that I think he cheered up. But I think he was feeling the pressure with Diaz, with the holding the ball for the second goal, etc. But I thought he was under pressure to score, and and he's got to remember himself. But again, he's only a young lad. You know, they're only young kids, these lot. So we've got to give them a break a little bit. And for instance, and that's not been happening this season. It really hasn't. It's been really, really pathetic, to tell the truth. So no, I've really, really disappointed. So, for instance, but I've been absolutely relieved the fact we're in third. And look at United. There was look at the way they ended their season. For instance, they beat Aston Villa, but they beat Aston Villa because they got 2-0, won 2-0 against a team against 10 men. And again, for instance, if that goal against for Villa, for instance, would have been down, would they have won again? More likely, probably not. So, but that goal as well, for instance. And Aston Villa writing a letter to the PGMOL. They'll probably get an apology. Now, when Man City got our issue with the goalkeeper, we never went moaning to the PGMOL. PGMOL and started moaning about them because we know we would never get anything anyway, so we just cracked on with it. But the fact is, you know, they'll get an apology, referee Shanga's decision, but we had a terrible decision when VAR overruled or whatever, said it was it wasn't even a foul, it wasn't even a booking when a player, a goalkeeper came out of the penalty area and whacked the ball away. Oh, the ball was going, you know, that way, in that direction. Yeah, because he pushed it that way. So what's it going to do? Anything come out of that? No. And but Aston Villa, oh well, you've cost us millions of. Well, yes and no, because Aston Villa didn't do enough and didn't score enough. They knew I was right on ESPN. Didn't do enough. They haven't scored enough. They only had a +9 goal difference. What's it go for compared to Man City's 26, 27, 28? Yeah, so but I'm looking where United finished. Look at Garnacho leaving. Look at Fernandes is going to leave. You're looking at who else? Fernandes, Garnacho. You're looking at you're looking at Garnacho, Fernandes, and you're looking at for instance, what's his name? Oh Christ, Garnacho, Fernandes. I'm just getting a bit phones. Garnacho, Fernandes, and Onana, for instance, that's another player leaving. You know, for them. Look at this; they're a mess. They're a mess. And then I was listening to talk crap and whatever, and some United fans said, "Oh well, you know, we'll come back and win the league next season." Well, we got no Champions League, we got no European, but we'll get a load of players in. We'll get rid of the old ones, get one we don't want. We'll get a brand new squad in, and then we'll go and win the league. And it's like, flipping hell, where are you from? You know, and that would really cheer me up. You know, when the United fans just saying they're going to win the league next season. What reason? What evidence? None. So yeah. But this is supposed to be a chat about the Fulham game. But a quick chat about the win against Fulham. It was a very good win, I thought. It was a good win by us. Fulham a tough ground to go to. And, you know, that's what I mean about getting early, for instance, and getting his, you know, he looked really cheerful when the guys did that and picked him up, you know, and because he looked really, you know, when he scored the goal, he looked, you know, he looked really nervous. So you know, so we finished third, champion of the league. Ilkay Gundogan, fantastic. He was great. Created the penalty as well as scored his goal, his overhead kick. So for instance, it was just I thought it was a well-deserved win. Open game. Fulham are a very good team. Someone said, "Oh well, if they played better, for instance, they could have." Not play better, for instance, if they took the chances, etc., they would have been. But then again, Man City, we took our chances. That's the reason why we have goalkeepers called, you know, great goalkeepers. Edison, that's the reason why we don't leave him to leave, because he's a great goalkeeper. He prevented the chance. So, you know, like, and if we would have took our chances, we could have scored more. So, but it was an open game. I thought Man City deserved to win the game overall. And, for instance, and it's not easy. Fulham got nothing to play for, but they're a good team. You know, they're not these middle-of-the-road teams now who pushed on, and it's the top teams, the City, the Liverpool, the Arsenal, whatever, who have dropped off. They've pushed on, and it's made it the team a very competitive, especially last game of the season, a competitive Premier League. And then we've got how many players in teams in Europe? Anyway, so let's start with the lineups. Oh, the cats are starting again. So we got started off with Edison, Guardiola, Diaz, Kanji, Nunes, Ilkay Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne came on the 85th. Bernardo Silva, Jamie Doku, Savinho, and Marmoush. Foden came on the 34th minute. Marmoush, Phil Foden came on the 82. Nico Gonzalez and Erling Haaland, Eddy came on the 85th. Rico Lewis also on the bench, as well as Stefan Ortega, and Rodri and O'Reilly. Yeah, okay, unused subs. But I thought we started off very, very well. I thought, for instance, I thought we started off very, very well. I thought, for instance, we had a chance in the first weeks, first few minutes. I thought Docker looked lively on the left-hand side. I thought when Fulham, they were coming out always from Toyori. I think he was their playmaker. Also from the right. They had some pretty damn decent. Have a look at the stats. Have a quick look at the stats. Right, so that's our City at 53% of the possession compared to Fulham's 47. 6 on shots off target for them, 7 for City. 3 on target, 5 for City. 1, 6 in corners, 11 fouls on 5 fouls, and just 2 offsides for Fulham. But yeah, I think, for instance, I think we played very well, and yeah. So just let's have a quick look. Appropriate from enough for one of the most picturesque grounds in the Premier League. We started off as Omar Moose, saw a 7th minute 25-yard shot, free kick over fly at the Fulham goal. We think City camped in the Fulham's heart. I had a very bad stream, I got to admit. I had a very bad stream, first hit stream, so I didn't see a lot. Saw a lot of the fumble chances, missed Ilkay Gundogan's goal, and the second half, etc. I saw the what's it called? I had a really good stream, so I saw the entire second half game. And the pressure paid to Devon on the 21st minute when City took the lead, thanks to a quite stunning Ilkay Gundogan overhead kick. Mamouche was now the architect on the right back, playing well. Sorry, not Mamouche. Nunes, architect, powering down the flanks before fizzing across with the Fulham goalkeeper Bernard Leno could only tap in the path of Gundogan, and he did a overhead kick to make it 1-0 Man City. The German showed a stunning speed through and dexterity to execute an acrobatic overhead kick from 10 yards, which bumped off the bar and over the line. The strike awarded after a bar check for offside. Unbelievable. Remarkable, it was Gundogan's first Premier League goal. He's had a lot of chances, for instance, and I thought he would have got a better break if he didn't, for instance, he didn't get this nonsense. The final set, the setback finally stung Fulham into action because they were quite objective, passive, what's it called, container of their home team, into an action, and Edison was called into a serious action for the first time in 26 minutes, dividing to parry away a stinging Harry Wilson shot from the right side of the box after Antonio Robertson crossed. Has been diverted with Wilson away via Jokic and header. It was City's largely ascendance through, and Leno had been alert on the 35th minute to divert a goal-bound Doku shot. For instance, then it was City's turn to provide precise relief when Tom Carney made the final appearance for the Cottages, and a dedicated service. So a sweetly left. I saw that one. Struck 15-yard shot biz wide of the target. Doku's pace then potentially attacking outside for City, and more brilliance from the Belgium 3 minutes before the break, creating another opportunity which Nico drilled low. And I think he just took the ball up, crashed it to Haaland. He missed Haaland, and which he always do, and then picked up by Mamouche, and then Mamouche relative to O'Reilly, and O'Reilly just hit it too close to the goalkeeper, or directly at the goalkeeper. So for instance, it was a fantastic end to the first half. Edison was demonstrating after his qualities, diving low with his left to divert away a goal-bound Wilson shot. Fulham's, because they were better he started off better in the second half, but City retained the lion's share of control and composure as 9 months of intense action came down to a decisive 45 minutes. Akanji headed Bernardo corner just over the bar before Haaland then unfortunately diverted and invited Haaland unfortunately diverted and invited a 60th minute Gundogan free kick of the target. Then the big scale of when Raul Jimenez lashed on to a hopefully 60-yard punt, where Edison, having charged out from his line to edge of the box, which the goal unguarded between them. Fortunately, there was the Mexican got an attempt to tip the ball wrong. City were denied denied on the 77th minute. A crucial second goal finally arriving thanks to Erling Haaland's penalty. Created the opportunity. The German drawing a foul from Ilkay after twisting and turning in the box, with the referee acting madly, having no hesitation and pointing the spot. Up step Haaland, restored the penalty, taking duties after Mermoos penalties, missed in penalty in the FA Cup. Fulham huffed and puffed, but City and Edison's were not let to be denied. A memorial afternoon concluded in emotional fashion when Kevin De Bruyne was summoned from the bench with 5 minutes, which is his last ever appearance for the club. But overall, fantastic win. I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to, we've still got a lot of things to talk about. But I thought it was a fantastic win. Third in the table, cannot complain. My God, we would have finished outside of Champions League maybe, but it has been a horrendous season, very stressful season. There's a lot to be talked about, and news signings, etc., and who's going and who's keeping. But we can be happy and assured that we, of our worst season in 10 seasons, we got third. And I'm sorry, that is not a falling off the cliff, and we should be happy and proud that who we are, for instance, and where we are. And we're in Part A, what's the goal for the Club World Cup, which means, in the Champions League. And so for instance, and we've got reasons to be cheerful. So I'm going to leave it there because I've got a lot to talk about some of the next, again, I do this every day. So, I'm very happy that we're in the Champions League, and stop raining. Can I see some sun in the blue sky now? But we've got every reasons to be cheerful. We really have. And thank you, Man City. We went down there. Saw my best friend from school, Terence Daniels. My God, I'm so happy. Is that Terry? Damn, it was on Ian Cheeseman's thing. Exactly. It was really weird. Guys looking old. Anyway, so on his video. So, but wonderful. Anyway, so I'm gonna get going. Got a lot to talk about. We'll talk about Pep's reactions to Jack Grealish, etc., and everything. So, but and where do we go from here? Got a lot to talk about, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Take care. I'm sorry, Cat from Thailand.